Jai Bhau, my dear students, I am Ratnakar Suryavanshi from SK Public School. See, till the last class, we have learned about the main three key features of the Indian Constitution. We have learned about three main key features of the Indian Constitution. You know which are those, right? As already we have learned parliamentary form of government, secularism, and another one. I mean, totally we have learned about the three main key features of the Indian Constitution. Now today we are going to learn the fourth key feature of the Indian Constitution. The fourth key feature of the Indian Constitution is fundamental rights. Which one? Fundamental rights. It is the fourth important major key feature of the Indian Constitution. See that, you know that the fundamental rights are also referred to as conscience. These are referred to as conscience of the Indian Constitution. Fundamental rights are also called as the conscience of the Indian Constitution. I mean, Atma we call Atma to the fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. See, colonial rule, you know that during the time of British rule, the experiences had by our leaders created an awareness about the protection of rights of the people, rights of the citizens through the government, through the rule or by the rule. So because of that, what happened? Our leaders felt that there is a need of written rights. There is a need of written rights should be given to the people to protect people, to guard people against the misuse of state power by the government. I mean, against the misuse of power by the government. Against this, to protect the citizens, written rights were required. Those written rights were given to us by our leaders, and those written rights are called as fundamental rights. These are called as fundamental rights. See here, this is one important point. Why do we need, as I told you, that to protect ourselves, to guard ourselves against the misuse of state power by the government, we need fundamental rights. This is one point here, we understand. And as well as fundamental rights protects us not only against the misuse of power by the state government, by the government, even it protects us by the misuse of power by the individuals. I mean, fundamental rights protects us from the other individuals as well as by the misuse of power by the government. So, even by the individuals as well as by the misuse of power by the government, from both we get protection, we get guard by the fundamental rights. And see, moreover, the various minority communities also, while writing the constitution, various minority communities demanded that the need of fundamental rights to protect themselves from the domination of majority communities in India. And so that's why, see that what happened, the constitution therefore guarantees the fundamental rights to all the citizens, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, family background, place of birth, etc. Irrespective of these, all the differentiations, our constitution guarantees us 6 fundamental rights. See here, this is what we call about the fundamental rights. One important point also we can understand here, fundamental rights are very important, as you all know that, right? Fundamental rights are important to protect ourselves, right, from others, from the exploitation of the government. Correct? See, 2 important objects I would like to tell about the fundamental rights. I mean, fundamental rights had 2-fold objects. How many objects are there to the fundamental rights? 2-fold objects we call. Commonly we call it as 2-fold objects. Mainly, one, see, this one. First object of the fundamental rights is to protect the people from the misuse of power by the government or by any individual. Right, this is one point. Second one, say here, it protects us from the arbitrary or the dictatorial type of government. It protects us from the arbitrary type of government. I mean, if the government takes a decision whichever it likes, whichever it wants, then clearly it would be the violation of fundamental rights. So that's why, to avoid the government to take decision against the rights of the citizens, against the basic needs of the citizens, fundamental rights are given us. And another one, as I told you, that it protects us from the misuse of the power by any individual or by any government. So this type we can mention here about the fundamental rights. And even say we have altogether 6 fundamental rights. We have altogether how many fundamental rights? 6 fundamental rights. Say right to equality. First one, right to equality. First one is right to equality. Then second one, right to freedom. Second one is right to freedom. Second one, as I told you, that right to freedom. Right against exploitation. Right against. Third one, right against exploitation. Right against exploitation. And then the fourth one is the right of freedom of religion. So shortly I would like to write here freedom of religion. Freedom of religion. Right of freedom of religion. That is right to freedom of religion. That is the fourth one. Then next one, the fifth one. Fifth one is cultural and educational rights. Which one? Cultural and educational. Cultural and educational rights. Then the last one, constitutional remedies. Last one is constitutional remedies. So these are the 6 fundamental rights. These are the altogether 6 fundamental rights given to us by our constitution to protect us, to safeguard us in a democratic country. So these are the altogether 6 fundamental rights here as are mentioned on this board. Then this is all about fundamental rights. This is what? This is all about fundamental rights. Then the next one, the last main key feature, that is the 5th one. The last main key feature of the Indian Constitution is secularism. Which one is secularism? Secularism, it is the last and 5th major key feature of the Constitution. Then what do you mean by secularism? Secularism means, say, a secular state is one. A secular state is one state which doesn't officially promote or officially support any one religion as the state religion. See, once again I would like to tell, secularism is one state which does not support or promote any one religion officially. What? Officially. Which does not support or promote any one religion officially. That state is called as a secular state or secular country. India is a secular country. Why? Because India doesn't support or promote any one religion particularly or officially as a state religion. Sri Lanka is not a secular country. Why? Because Sri Lanka has its own state religion, which means Sri Lanka's government promotes one religion officially as a state religion, and that religion is Buddhism. Which one? Buddhism. But in India, our government do not doesn't support any one religion or doesn't promote any one religion officially as state religion. So this is about secularism. So India is a secular country, Sri Lanka is not a secular country. And see that by understanding these all the things including fundamental rights, we have to understand that we have 6 fundamental rights, all right, but we have our own duties also. We have altogether 11 duties respecting national anthem, national emblems, etc. But including these all, we have altogether 11 fundamental duties. How many? 11 fundamental duties are there. Constitution guarantees these, but we have to provide our own service to the constitution, to this country also, through binding ourselves to the fundamental duties of the citizens. So this way, we have to work, we have to serve for our country too. Then only the main aspects or the main objects of the Indian Constitution can be achieved. So this is the overall concept of the Indian Constitution. So thank you. Jai Hind.